Welcome back, everyone. We're ready for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at something that I think is pretty important these days. You know how everyone's talking about businesses and like their impact on the environment?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a hot topic for sure.
So we're going to be kind of digging into that whole thing today. We're going to be looking at environmental audits, environmental management systems,
Okay.
and even boycotts.
Yeah.
So we've got like a whole bunch of information here, like definitions and some pretty interesting examples.
Sounds like a lot to unpack.
It is. Should be interesting though, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems like every company these days is like trying to be more sustainable, right?
Yeah. So let's try to figure out what's actually going on. Like, are they just talking the talk or are they actually, walking the walk?
Right.
So first up, these environmental audits.
Okay.
So we've got a definition here that says it's basically like a way for businesses to measure their environmental impact. But what does that really mean? Like in real life, what are they actually doing?
Well, think about a company like IKEA.
IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA. They've got like a huge global supply chain, thousands of suppliers, right? So an environmental audit helps them look at everything, like where they get their wood, the factories they use.
Oh, okay.
It helps them understand their footprint, okay.
So they're not just looking at like the finished product, they're looking at the whole process.
The whole shebang. And, IKEA's had some issues with deforestation, right?
Oh.
Well, their audits help them see that. And then they put in stricter policies for where they get their wood.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, yeah, it can actually lead to real change.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So that's audits.
Right.
Now let's talk about environmental management systems.
Okay. So how's that different?
Well, this seems to be more about like building sustainability into the way the business works, not just checking in every once in a while.
Got it.
The definition we have is it's a systematic, ongoing approach to minimizing environmental impact.
Okay.
So think about Tesla. They're all about renewable energy, right?
Yeah.
They've got those gigafactories powered by like solar panels and batteries.
Yeah, they're pretty big on that.
And it's not just about like reducing their emissions. It's become part of who they are, part of their brand.
Right. Attracting customers who care about the environment too.
Exactly. But, even renewable energy has some impact, right? Like making solar panels, batteries, all that stuff.
Totally. It's a good point. Think about the mining, the materials. It all has an effect.
So how do you balance that?
Well, a good environmental management system would look at like the whole life of a product.
From start to finish.
From start to finish. You got to be honest about the impact.
So it's not about being perfect. It's about trying to do better.
It's about constantly improving. Absolutely.
Okay. So we've talked about audits and these systems companies use, but what about, pressure from us?
Consumer.
Yeah. Like boycotts.
Right.
We've got a definition here. It's when consumers basically say, no, we're not buying your stuff because they don't like what a company's doing.
They're putting their money where their mouth is, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And it can be really powerful, right?
Absolutely. Like, think about the bus boycotts back in the day, during the civil rights movement.
Oh, yeah.
That made a huge impact. And these days, you see boycotts of like fast fashion brands because of their labor practices.
Right. People are speaking out.
Yeah, they are. And companies are starting to pay attention.
But how do we know if it's actually working? Are boycotts always effective?
That's a tough one.
Right.
Sometimes, yeah, you see a company change its policies,
Okay.
But it really depends. Like how many people are participating? Are there other options? And, does the company even care?
Right. So it's kind of complicated.
It is. But, the point is that consumers have power. We can choose to support companies that are doing the right thing.
That's true. Whether it's through boycotts or just buying sustainable products or, speaking up.
Exactly. Every little bit helps.
So as we wrap up here, I'm thinking about, all the different ways businesses are trying to be more responsible.
Yeah.
All the ways we can hold them accountable.
It's a two-way street.
It is.
Yeah.
So next time you're shopping, think about the companies you're supporting. Are they doing their part? And what can you do to push them in the right direction?
That's a good question for everyone to consider.
Definitely. All right. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time.
See ya.